Thank you for joining us for this morning's SIG update session. The IATL special interest groups are an important part of the organization's offer to its members. We currently have 5 special interest groups working in areas of strategic importance to our membership. SIG Alice works in the area of advancing library services in emerging countries. SIG Data works in the area of research data management. SIG Mari is active in the area of metrics and research impact. SIG IL in the area of information literacy, and SIG Data, SIG Space in the area of library services and space. So this morning we have 3 representatives from the special interest groups with us to provide updates on the activities of their groups. First, Cameron Riopelle at the University of Miami will provide an update on the activities of SIG Data. He serves as chair of that group. Second, Kara Jones, American University of Sharjah, will provide an update on the activities of SIG Mari on behalf of Chair Trish Wilson. And third, Alanna Ross, also of the American University of Sharjah, will provide an update on the activities of SIG IL on behalf of Vicki Grant, the chair of that group. We'll hold all questions for the end of the session. Thank you.
Hello, everybody who's in person and online. I'm Cameron Riopelle. I'm the head of data and visualization services at the University of Miami Libraries. I'm also chairing SIG Data. So this is not, we don't have time to do an actual long conversation about this topic, but I thought I'd start with a thought exercise. Just take a moment and try to answer these 2 questions in your head. The first question is, at your library, what data-oriented services do you provide? Second question is, what do you see as the future of library research data services? I'll give you about 20 seconds to come up with a great answer in your head. Now that you've solved the future of my field, thank you very much. You can email me the answers and I'll learn from you. Our SIG Data group has a variety of members across the world, and we are very thrilled to have everybody who I've listed here in this map. We are looking for a couple new members, so if you find this presentation interesting, please do reach out. We lost some members over the course of the last 2 years. But you can see we have people representing not all regions, but some regions, and I would love to see the whole map filled in. So our charge is to promote discussion, exchange resources, and support an infrastructure for research and data information management among IATL members. The primary focus is understanding and informing people ourselves and our stakeholders about the practices and applications of data and research services in an academic environment. So far, this year has had its ups and downs, as I'm sure it has for all of you. We have been focusing on learning what we're all doing at our own individual libraries, sharing with each other about advances that are happening in our institutions, what are the best practices that we are either achieving or trying to achieve in research data services, and sharing these developments. We last year made an effort to imitate SIG Mari's Research Impact Things website, which we think is beautiful and amazing. And during this last year, we had some slowdowns due to losing some of the people who were working on the project, as well as pandemic, lack of attendance at times, and also the global geopolitical situations happening have had some slowdowns in the winter, but now we're back. In the spring, we've had several meetings, and the highlight most recently was a presentation by Magdalena Zuplita Zaraska on data management plan initiatives happening Advanced University of Technology in Poland. It was a really good presentation. We have it recorded. If you want to hear it, we could share it with you. I've already mentioned some of the challenges we've been facing. Attendance is the one that we really like to figure out, but how you get people all over the world to attend at the same time is an interesting thing that I have not fully solved. And I've seen that some people are burned out who used to attend regularly about 2 years ago, aren't attending as regularly now. And I think that's only human, but finding a way to address burnout would be very interesting to me. So if any of you know any resources on that, I'd love to hear it. For a refresher over my presentation 2 years ago, this is sort of the content of the initiative we've been planning, identifying key themes which might help scaffold librarians who are trying to learn more about data management, data services, research data services, and then trying to find ways to put content online which helps with the scaffolding while directing to existing good content. It's in process. And then my plans for next year with the group are still in flux, but we want to resume working on those pilot initiatives with a revised timeline, meet to discuss how to make these documents live online, continue to ask group members for presentations on things which they think are worth sharing, and invite outside speakers on key topics so we can all learn together. That is my presentation. I welcome questions when the questions are appropriate, and emails are always enthusiastically received. So thank you.
Next, it's time for an update from SIG, which is Research Metrics and Research Impact Things. I'm Cara Jones from the American University of Sharjah. I'm here to present the update on behalf of the group and its chair, Trish Wilson from New Zealand. So the purpose of the group is to enable and encourage ongoing collaboration internationally with things to do with research, metrics, impact, visibility, and support for researchers and institutions. We look at bibliometrics in the context of research services, and we have a couple of, the idea is to establish working groups to progress short pieces of work which will be identified. And Cameron has already mentioned one of those big pieces of work, which is the research impact things. So here's the members that we have at the moment, 14 members from 13 institutions in 7 different countries. Top center is Trish, who's an absolute rock star. She keeps us all together and keeps the group moving on. Trish, if you're listening, thank you so much. Different members have responsibilities for different roles in the group. We meet every 2 months by Zoom, and here you can see where everybody is from. So there's a good representation from the Antipodes, from Australia and New Zealand, good representation from Germany, and a few us from the Middle East, and a few other colleagues from around the world. So the key thing that's come out of the group is the Research Impact Things, which was launched in 2020. It's a suite of 11 different modules, and I'll show you a little screenshot on that in a moment. It was a collaborative cross-institution project with different members and staff, and the aim of the work was to offer a free development tool for staff wanting to gain more knowledge and understanding of research impact tools and bibliometrics. We were lucky enough to have a librarian join us as a scholarly communications librarian last year at the beginning of the year. And one of the first things she did, she'd worked on the development of this tool. She bought that and she set up a fortnightly or 2-weekly schedule to train up all of our librarians who were very hesitant about bibliometrics and all things research impact. And it was great. And so if you have a chance to have somebody in your team use this tool to train other users in your team, then I highly recommend it. It's really good. It's very gentle. So we have different things. Thing 1, bibliometric basics, down to thing 11, societal impact. It is, okay, I've talked it up enough, but it's a really, really good tool. So take a look at it if you haven't already. Since the launch of the tool in October 2020, we had a lot of uptake at the beginning. Part of the work that's going on with the group at the moment is to try and increase that uptake. So We've put together a list of different promotional activities we could do, which include mailing lists of different library groups, or trying to get this into different spaces. And so there'll be some re-energization, I think, throughout the next year, where we'll try and reach different groups again. Lots of use from in Australia. They seem to be the biggest users of it. And also from around the world, you can see different views and different downloads. So it's getting some use. We're in the active maintenance stage. So every month or 2 months, we go through, we check all the links, and we look at who's used it. There's a feedback mechanism as well to see who's used the group and what feedback they have. So IATOLimpactthings.info, take a look. Before I get to the last slide, or maybe I'll just go to the last slide. If you're interested in joining SIG, then contact Trish. She'll be in touch and she'll have a chat. We're always looking for new members. The last couple of meetings, so I said we meet every 2 months or so. Somebody from each different institution has delivered a little workshop for us. And we've had a workshop on sustainable development goals and analytics in different institutions and how the library is supporting that. We've had other talks on research metrics and analysis from different universities. I feel like as a group member, I'm getting a lot out of this group. So I'm taking away more than I'm putting in, which is something great to recommend a group to join. So that's all the update I have. There's some information in an annual report, which will go to the IATL board as well. Okay, thank you.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me all right? Good morning to you. Thank you for the warm welcome, and congratulations to all the organizers for such a great conference. I've enjoyed participating virtually from the United Arab Emirates. My name's Alanna Ross. I'm presenting on behalf of Vicky Grant, the chair of the Special Interest Group for Information Literacy. Some updates from us. I'll begin quickly with some background information about our group. The IATL Special Interest Group for Information Literacy promotes collaboration and sharing of best practice amongst IATL members in the area of information literacy. In accordance with IATL's organizational profile, the focus of the Special Interest Group is on information literacy methods, theory, and practice in an academic or research environment. The group was founded in 2012, and it provides a global platform to share experience, research, documents, and news relating to information and related literacies, so including digital literacies and media literacy for IATL. We are a group of 3 at present, so quite small. Vicky Grant is our chair. She's the head of Library Learning and Teaching Services at the University of Sheffield in the UK. Myself from American University of Sharjah, and David Thomas. He's the Academic Services Manager at Durban University of Technology in South Africa. Our board contact is Kate Robinson, who we'd like to thank for the leadership she's shown the group over the last year. Although we are a small group, we have considerable expertise. We all have leadership positions and extensive experience of information literacy. Both Vicky and I have PhDs in the field. So looking ahead, looking at our priorities for 2022-23, we have isolated 2 main priorities. The first is planning and delivery of a webinar series that will invite member librarians and speakers to present and join discussions to share experience and programming efforts as they relate to information literacy methods, theory, and practice. We aim to provide an agenda and forum that is global in its perspective and provides opportunities for us to learn from each other. We'll soon be sending out a call or invitation for speakers and hope to build a series that is engaging and reflective of the work and research that we conduct when it comes to IL. Second initiative, we are developing our understanding of decolonizing information literacy through collaborative learning. It's our ambition to develop a global toolkit to support initiatives on decolonizing information literacy for IATL members. So Vicky and David are working together to attend events and develop their learning in this area. We had originally thought that this would be a toolkit to decolonize the reading list, but this started to feel a little bit too tokenistic. So we're looking at epistemic inclusion in academic libraries moving forward. So those are our two big priority areas for the year ahead. Let me go forward, sorry. As mentioned, the group is very small in numbers at the moment. So firstly, we would like to thank and also just good luck to Tina Homan and Mary Naguri, who left our group this year. Mary's moved roles and her new organization is unfortunately not a member of IATL. And Tina was a founding member of the group. So I believe the original members met first at the IATL conference back in 2012. And Tina felt very strongly that the original personal touch was key to the group's success and something that we should be working to reharness. And we all fully endorse this goal. So to follow on from that, we are definitely recruiting. If you are interested in information literacy and would like to join our group, we would love to hear from you. If you've an interest in IL, digital literacies, media literacies, if you're involved with information literacy and any programming type efforts, best practice, research, assessment, and learning in this area, we really would like to hear from you. And we do fully believe that our group can be enriched and is enriched by members from regions throughout the world. We meet monthly, and if you are interested, you can send an application or any questions, in fact, to Vicky Grant, the head of library learning and teaching services at University of Sheffield. Her email address is there for you to take note of. And that's my last slide. I'd just like to thank everyone. And as a final note, I look forward to welcome you all in United Arab Emirates for the next conference next year. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Alanna, for that presentation. Thank you, Kara and Cameron, also for those great presentations and for keeping to the very stringent time frame that we set for this half-hour update session. You did it extremely well. SIG Space actually led an interactive workshop that was very successful earlier in the week, and they posted their report there. So we didn't ask them to make a second report. So my takeaway from this is that the SIGs are active and seeking additional hands to move forward with their mandates. For those who are either here or in the virtual attendance, please consider contributing to IATL or thinking about someone in your organization who would be interested in contributing to one of the special interest groups. There have been some really innovative projects coming out of those groups, and we'll look forward to seeing how they progress in the future. Again, thanks to everyone here, and thanks to our special interest group members where they